Hello, hello. Haven't been on in a while. Welcome. For those of you who have not watched my live on Monday, it's still up on my page. So make sure you take a look at all of the kits that I have available. Trying to get myself on here so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to work on a few projects today of the kits that I have available. For those of you who have purchased and you want to look back once you receive the items, this will be up for 30 days, and then afterwards I will download it onto my YouTube channel, which is Crafted by Yvonne. So make sure you go on there. There's all my old videos from past years, so you'll be able to see those. So I just wanted to show you what you can do with these items, and not just what I did with them before. So this is what I did with this one, but I'm going to make this a little different. And then I did this one with this one. So I got a board, which is a 1 by 5 by 11.5. And I want to put a ghost and a Frankie on here and put Creep It Real on there. So I'll show you how to use that stencil and all of that fun stuff. I just stained this with antique wax, Waverly antique wax stain. So you could also use Minwax. I use Early American if you're interested in that. So it's whatever your stain preference is. Oh, I didn't realize how close I was. What happened? That's not what it looked like on here. That is so weird. Why does this not go on? Hold on a second. That's not what it shows on here. That is so weird. Or maybe it does. Hold on. Technical difficulties always. Okay, here we go. All right. I like using a piece of paper. I wanted to show you, I base painted all of these pieces. The wood that you get will come pretty raw, and it'll come like this. So you can sand a little bit before to try to get the burnt edges off, or you could start painting and then sand afterwards as well. So I paint one coat, and this one I only gave it one coat. So let me show you really quick. I painted it one coat, you let it dry, and then you sand it. So you're basically sanding off the paint that you did. This is so frustrating because I can't see my comments on here. There we go. Hi, Lori. Hello, Judy. So you're just going to sand off what you basically did, because what happens is once you paint it, the grain from the wood kind of pops up, and it's not going to be good for you to paint it. So then I just stain it. I sand it, and you try to sand with the grain of the wood. And I am using, throw this out really quick, 120 grit sandpaper. And then I also have, I actually prefer 150, and this is really used, so it's not as rough, and I'll kind of finish it with that if I have to. So how is everybody on this glorious Saturday? It is hot here in California. Hot, hot. It's been hot. Don't like it. Too hot. All right. So then we're just going to get the black paint again, and we're just going to give it another coat. And it depends on if your paint is transparent or not, how many coats you'll need. I am going to start cutting all of the orders that from Monday, today, and tomorrow. So if you're interested in ordering and you have not done so, please do so, because that way you can get into that 2-week time limit. It might be just a week and a half before or even let's see, Monday to Monday. Yeah, it might be like a week and a half turnaround time or so. I'm hoping. I like to say 2 weeks, but sometimes I usually go under. So it's kind of nice for you guys to get your product. I do use a silicone mat, which cleans really well, but I like to clean it as least amount as possible, which is why I use this piece of paper here. Okay. I also cut these out of canvas that I purchased um, on Amazon. It's a sheet of paper that you can also print on. And I usually print on it. I'll print tags and stuff. I think you guys have seen that before, but let me try to grab. Where are they? Of course, I can't find them. I don't know what I did with them. Oh, here they are. So they print on inkjet. You could just print whatever you want on them, and it's canvas. And then I use that to put on wood sometimes. I'll make things for like little tags. So they're always fun. But right now I'm just going to paint them orange. And then that's what we'll use for his little pennant holder. Okay. So this has scored lines on the Frankenstein. And all you need to do is grab your paint and paint it black. If you use a nicer brush, it won't be as hard. I did not cut this out of wood. Which probably would have been easier, huh? This is so, I'm sorry to be complaining. All right. I know many of you are working on Christmas in July. I'm sorry, but I am a little behind. I am working on Christmas stuff already, though. I don't know when I'll have that available, but that is coming in the future. I'm just like one step behind, but I'm there. Okay, we're going to give that another coat once it dries. So I painted the ghost plaster, Waverly plaster. I love using chalk paint as much as I can. And then this Frankenstein is Sour Apple by Deco Art. The purple is Passion by Delta, and the orange is Pumpkin by Waverly Chalk Paint. That's the pumpkin. So that's all the colors that I use. That way you have those ready to go. And I am going to use a bat on one of the ghosts instead of, I am using a doodad, just so you know. The doodads are 6 in a pack for $4. And I love making these and then just placing them in on different things. Makes it kind of fun. And it gives your piece kind of a different look, you know, little embellishments here and there. I love embellishments. I used to own a scrapbook store, so we used embellishments a lot, and that's kind of what it reminds me of, is using these embellishments on the pieces. I've not been on this page in a really long time. I go on my Crafted by You and Me page every week, where I design a new project for that group. Fun group. They give me great ideas as well, so that's nice. Really talented people on that page. Okay, we're just going to give this one more coat, and then we'll start shading all of our pieces. thank you all for joining me today. I know it was last minute, but I'm going to try to go on every Saturday just to kind of show you how I put these kits together for those of you who did order them. I like to have you guys something. I'm not going to do them all, but because a lot of them are the same, but you will see the ones that I do, and that'll help you put it all together. I'm going to use some slate gray by Deco Art to paint his little bolts on the side of his head. And just to give you an idea, when I first base painted this whole thing, I did the whole thing in green. And then I sanded it, and then I did the darker colors. You can do that when you have a lighter transparent color that's not going to affect. See how you could see here, it was green underneath. If it's not going to affect the color, I would totally do that. Just base paint it one color. We'll let that dry and then give it one more coat, and then we can put the silver right on top of it. You guys all working on Christmas? Everybody seems to be doing Christmas in July. All right, let's get the orange or the pumpkin chalk paint, and let's paint these canvas. And you'll see how easy they are to paint. They're paintable, they're printable. They might need two coats, but we'll see. Once it dries, you can kind of see that it lifts up a little, or it kind of soaks it in a little bit. Hot enough out there, hun? My husband's working on the house, and he put up all kinds of tents and things so that way he can cool down if he has to cool down. I don't know how hot it is right now, but it was. And see, they're going to curl, but once it dries, you can kind of flatten them out a little bit. You'll see right now. He started working on the house last weekend. Last weekend was blistering hot as well. All right. Let's let those dry, and then we might give it another coat. I'm going to get a handy dandy wipe. So that way I can be ready if I have any mistakes going on. A 36-inch pumpkin man. Oh, that sounds cute. How did that turn out, Judy? 36-inch pumpkin man. Okay. We're going to get sour apple, and then I'm going to get a darker green, which I'm going to use forest green. Oh, and just to let you know, on this guy, I used leaf green by Delta and shaded with the same color. See how he's a little more muted? I wanted to make this guy a little brighter just to see so you guys can see the difference, but whatever green you have that you like to use will work. Let me grab a brush here. I'm going to have to use this one again. Okay, so I am going to dip my brush into sour apple and then get some darker green, the forest green. And I'm not going to worry about the black because I could always go around the black again. And I'm just going to add color to his bangs and see what kind of, I'm making a mess, but it's okay. And you could do this before you start painting it in black, but I kind of wanted to show you how you can just clean that up really quickly. If I don't say so myself, it is true. Aw, it's like, oh, a nutcracker. How cute. Very nice. You have to say it yourself, Judy. Making cute stuff. I say it all the time when we get together on Sundays. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. All right, we're just going to shade. Then we're going to go right by the sleeve. And then we're going to go underneath his pants. Just adding color on here. And again, those of you who don't know how to shade or don't like doing it, you can just totally skip this part. I like to give it a little bit more dimension. And his hands here, I'm just going to shade on the very bottom of his hands. I love these hands. I don't know why. They're chunky and they're cute. All right, and then if you ask me questions, I'll answer as best I can. Okay, see how these are curling? We can just kind of flatten them out a little bit as they start drying. They're still a little wet, which is why they're, and you can kind of see the canvas going through, so we might give it one more coat. Up to you if you want to give it another coat. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to matter. You can see how, I mean, just kind of looks messy, right? Hi, Lore Fogelman. I haven't seen you in a while. I know you guys aren't busy on this Saturday that you were able to catch me last minute. I will try to go on every Saturday, I said earlier, just to kind of do these kits for those of you who bought the kits and want to put them together. So yeah. Okay, and again, this is actually going to have the wood piece hair, so I'm not even going to worry about going over it too much because the hair is going to cover it anyway. And then we're going to do the bottom of his nose in his nose, just to add color. And then we're going to go on his face around his nose. And then we'll put color at the bottom of his chin here. Just like that. And then let's give this another coat of gray. I wish I had the numbers for this, but if you go on my post, it shows you all the numbers for all of these items. So hopefully that'll help. Okay, so then we're going to just get more orange here, or pumpkin, and give it another coat. And it will curve again, but like I said, you'll be able to straighten it out afterwards. Do not fear. Just want to show you what you can do with embellishments to add to your pieces. It's always fun. Okay, we're good with that for now. Okay, let's get that orange. Shoot, I just put it away. And burnt umber. Hello, Dusty. I know it did really make it easier, Judy. I agree. It is time consuming, and I just took the time and did it. It is easier for you to see all the pieces, so that's nice. I try to do that. I think I did that one time before, or two times before. But yeah, it does make it easier. All right, so I'm going to shade the orange with burnt umber just on each side of his little shirt here. And also on this shirt. So I like to base paint and then shade all of my piece and then I highlight. So that's kind of how I do all of my pieces. Let's just clean up this little mess here. Like I said, you could have probably base painted after you shaded. All right, just like that. Okay, and then with that same orange, oops, lots of black on this brush. Let's switch over to this clean water. Let's pick up some more pumpkin and burnt umber. And then we're going to shade these little pennants as best we can. Let's try to dry these out really quick. Flatten them out a little bit so they're easier to shade. Donna. Oh, if you guys don't know Donna, she keeps me on my toes, this girl. She'll tell me, where's Christmas? Where's Christmas? Where's Christmas? I give her Christmas. I'm not ready for Christmas. So I'm like, what do you want from me, Donna? You guys are fun. You guys are fun. Okay. Where am I with this? Okay. So then I'm just going to shade on the outside, on the edges of this little pennant. Was it bad this time, Judy? I don't remember actually. I didn't pay attention to that. Sorry. Well, if you make it all and sell it, it won't have costed you a dime. No? So we're just going to shade the edges of these little pennants. Just like so. Okay. Now let's go ahead and shade the ghost. And on the ghost, you will see that it's got scored lines here for you to shade around it. Again, you don't have to shade it. You could just use a pen and kind of just shape the little hand. But I'm going to show you how I shade these pieces just to make them more fun. Let me turn around this nasty paper so it's not glaring. And I'm going to use plaster and sable brown. And for those of you who do not know me, I'm a creature of habit. I use the same colors all the time. I just love that. I like how it looks. So those of you who do buy my pieces that are already painted, it'll match anything you bought from 2 years ago. I know it sounds crazy, but I just love using the colors that really go. Every so often I'll introduce a new color, but for the most part, shoot, I just grabbed that paint. Let me start over. Okay, and I'm just going to dip my edge of my brush into sable brown. And so let me do this first because I don't want to start on something that I like to grab water on my brush every so often just so it flows a little nicer. And I'm following the line that's scored. Let me start over. And I'm just going to put color down on the bottom of the ghost. And then all the way around. Just like that. I'm going to clean my brush and start over because I don't want it to get all dirty. And this also has scored lines on his little hands, making it easy for you. It's easy and it's hard. I don't know how to explain it because once you base paint it, it kind of goes away. So you kind of have to angle it in a way so that you could see the lines. So long as you get close to it, it should be just fine. Put some color on his head. And then again, at the bottom of his. There we go. Let's do this one more time because I see a kind of a stripe that I made on here. What color green? I used sour apple. But I was telling them earlier, Donna, I used leaf green on this Frankie, and you're going to see once I'm done with it, the difference. It's a little brighter. Michelle, I'm new to painting. How do you load your brush to shade and highlight? I think Yvonne should have several cells rather than one so that we don't get shocked when we see that it was. Arlene, in a perfect world. One of these days I will not be working anymore and I'm going to be on here every day and you guys are going to get sick of me and be like, what happened to the days Yvonne would only come on once in a blue moon? Okay, I will show you right now, Michelle, how I load my brush. This is something that I go over with my group over and over just so that they can kind of get used to it. So what I do is I load my brush with, let's do Passion, and I'm going to use black. So I don't have a dark purple that I like. So I load my brush with Passion, just like that. I have a little bit of water in my brush, and you'll see if it dries out, if you need more or not. Then I'm going to take the tip of my brush and then blend, blend, blend on your palette. And there you go. And then you can just add color onto your piece. And then I just go back and I blend. Just like that. If you want a little bit darker, you can add more color. Okay. And then on this one as well, I'm just going to go right underneath his head. Okay. So I think we are done shading everything, which is perfect. Okay. I did notice that I painted that heart red. I don't like that. I want to paint it orange. I think I didn't do it because I didn't want it to be so much orange, but I did it anyway. So I will do that in orange. Let's grab our pumpkin really quick so that we could do all of these little faces. I don't think I grabbed the other ghost. Shoot. You know, I don't know. I thought I had these ghosts, and when I was going through them, I didn't, and I grabbed a new stencil. Let me make sure I don't have them here. I have so many stencils. I'm going to need that today, and that one. And the ghost that matches this Frankenstein, you guys, is I use the same technique with this. So I'm not going to go on and show you guys that ghost again. So basically it's the same technique I use on all of these pieces. So I guess I didn't save it. I thought I had saved it. Oh, I wonder if it ended up outside when I had to go cut something. Oh, I bet you it did. You guys, give me a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go outside really quick and look for the stencil. It is not there. So I'm going to have to grab new stencils. Oh, well, I'll just use this one stencil for the same one. These are great for those of you who cut 1-inch wood because you could use them as a template. So it's really good. You're welcome, Michelle. So I'm just going to grab a stencil brush and some pumpkin. And you will need to do this a couple of times because pumpkin is very transparent. So all I do is I just dab it on here. Try not to get on the eye, but if it does, it's going to be black anyway, so it's fine. So there's that one. And this has the same head, so it'll be perfect. I noticed that one ghost has a bigger mouth opening than the other one, which is cute. But if you want it to be the same, you could just use the same mouth on each one. I kind of like both, so I don't know which one I like better. Okay. Let that dry. Let's put this guy back. And that's what's nice about these 1/8-inch wood. They're cut out exactly like the stencil, so you won't have a problem trying to match it up. The 1-inch wood that I cut out for you guys, for those of you who ordered that, that's not going to match exactly because I need to hand cut those. See how it got on the orange part? That's going to be black. Totally fine. Let's give this one more coat. I'm trying to match it up here. Okay. We are good to go. All right. This can go in the water. I don't like to put things in the water. That's dry brush. Why is this going to die already? My goodness, you guys. Hold on a second. My iPad's about to die. Oh, I know why. I had it connected and I just looked right now and it was not plugged in. Oh, for the love. Okay. And this is the wrong one for this one. As much as I prepare, there's always something that goes awry. I need to see your comments. I can't help you if I don't see your comments. All right. All right. I connected it now. Hello, Terry. Oh my gosh, 92 in Florida. I think we're up to that too, but you have a little bit more humidity, right? Okay. So then I'm just going to grab, I do see here, where's my brush? That I can just smooth it out a little bit more, which seems to be fine. I think I'm being picky. Uh-oh. All right, then we're going to get burnt umber and we're just going to shade the bottom of his nose really quick. Okay. Oh, and you know what I didn't do is the heart that I told you I wanted to do, and I already put that in the water. So let me grab another brush. No, it's this guy. And let me grab this. So it is a dry brush all the time, you guys. Make sure you're using a dry brush. Just like that. I'm going to make it orange. Wait till it dries. Let's do it again. If you have a wooden heart, you can add a wooden heart instead of there we go. That should be enough. And then let's go ahead and let's shade the outside of this heart on the right hand side. Just like that. And then we'll shade the inside of the heart with burnt umber. So we did sable brown on the outside. And we're going to do burnt umber on the inside. Just like that. Oh, I think it went over. Oh no, I didn't go far enough. Let me grab that again. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So now we're going to get our scruffy brush, an old brush that you have, and I'm just going to mesh it up a little bit because it gets hard once after you've used it and then clean it up and stuff. So and we're going to highlight everything. Again, this is a step you don't need to do if you don't want to. So we're just going to add some white all over. And I start off with light colors and then I go to the darker ones. And you might have to go on through it again because it does tend to soak up the lighter colors. You're just basically rubbing it on there. Because your brush will get dirty if you're using it on darker colors that kind of tend to rub off. Use your fingers if you got too much on there. Oh, thank you, Monica. I've never seen you on here either. Thank you for joining me today. I'm just going through some of the kits that I had on my sale from Monday. You won't be able to see that because I'm going to glue this on here, but let's just get some white on here. I made this guy barefoot, but you could also paint his pants gray and then paint like boots and his feet black if you want. So that's going to go right on there. Oh, we need to do this purple. And you'll see that this just kind of adds a little bit more dimension onto your piece. All right, and then we're going to just do the tops of his hair. And then we're going to really get into the bat in the front because you want his little face to stand out. All right, just like that. Did I miss anything? Did I get everything? His hair here and his pants. Just like that. Let's get some more. So remember to take off most of the paint. You hardly want anything on it, which is why you like to use this little piece of paper. Okay, I think we're good. This brush might be too big, but let me see if I can get a little bit of white in the heart here. Okay. Oh, this orange. Gosh, good thing I remembered. All right. I think we're good. Is the white? No, Laura, it's white. This is plaster and this is white. You could use I mean, you can't, it doesn't really matter. It on this, it's white, it looks fine. It just is a nice highlight. You could try to get some on there, but I'll get a smaller brush to do the nose. Okay. So we're good with that. And now we're going to get a scruffy brush to do his cheeks, and I'm going to use Jack-O-Lantern by DecoArt first, and then I'm going to do Cherry Red by DecoArt, and I might use a little bit of deep burgundy for the Frankenstein, but I'm going to use all the same brush. You'll see right now how I do this. This is antique maroon, it's not deep burgundy. That is not deep burgundy. Where is my deep burgundy? Right here. All right. You're welcome, Laura. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this brush. We're just going to wipe off most of the paint. And then we're going to add cheeks with a dry brush. You're not using anything but a dry brush. And the same with this guy. You really just want to get around his hand there just to put some color. And then we're going to add orange onto Frank's cheeks. We might not need the deep burgundy, but we'll see what it looks like. Cherry red is just kind of bright for me, and I tend to use deep burgundy. And once you got most of the paint off, you can really scrub it in there, which is fun to do because you don't have to worry too much about getting streaks once you've put all the color on there. Okay, now let's do cherry red, and let's do the ghost first. So it's the same brush, and I'm just adding cherry red on there, taking most of it off, and then adding some color onto his cheeks. See how it darkened it up a little bit? I don't know if you could tell. You could just leave it orange, but I like to put them in layers and make it build up the little cheeks there. And then I like to add a little bit into his nose if you can get some color on there. This might be a little bit big, but... And then let's see what he looks like with cherry red. He might be okay, I think. Yeah, I think he's okay. We're just going to leave it. Hello, Jen. Welcome. Yes, I try to give you the colors just because I would want the colors if I'm doing it. So I try not to use Delta anymore since it's so hard to find, but I know a lot of people who've been painting have Delta. So you could always ask ChatGPT what's comparable from Delta to DecoArt, and it'll tell you whatever's close as possible. I'm trying to stay away from Delta a little bit more just because of that reason. Let's add a little bit of red on here, see if I can get some on there. It's not really coming off, but oh yeah, it came off a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, the cheeks on this guy, but you won't be able to see much of it. Let me see if we can get a little bit of color on there. That way I don't have to use another brush. Let's get some deep burgundy on this guy, see if it... Yeah, I haven't been on in a really long time. For those of you who are new, please go to my YouTube channel, Crafted by Yvonne, and you can see all of my lives that I've done and things that I've sold as kits, and you can kind of see. And like I said earlier, I tend to use the same colors, so it makes it easy for everybody. Okay, I think we're good with this. I could put in the water. I hope. I always put in the water, and then I realize I missed something, so hopefully I did not. All right, let me get the brush again and add a little bit of white onto this heart. It's kind of drowning there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now what I want to do is I have this stencil, and what you could do is with the dark green, let's use that for, actually, let's use this for, I'm going to get one of these blender brushes and add the forest green, and I'm just going to add dark underneath it. So we're not even going to really have to shade it since the stencil does it for us. You see that? Oh, I got water on here. Let's do a little bit more. Just like that. And then you could have done the same thing with this guy, Oh, his nose is a different size. I'm going to have to fix that. Just like that. Okay, so then with the smaller brush, I'm just going to eyeball it, but you could put it with the pencil from the stencil. But I'm just going to make a rectangle on the outside, just like that. Okay. Okay. And if you're just coming on, I did stain with antique wax the piece of wood that I'm going to use for today. So then there's that. Okay, we're good there. I think we're ready for eyes. So let's get a little brush and black paint. And so you can get another stencil and kind of block his nose if you're afraid that you're going to get black on there, which is what I like to do. I don't do it so much for the eyes because, like I said, if you're going to paint something orange or green, you can always go over it with the black. So there's the eyes. Yay, perfect. And then for the ghost, we're going to do the same thing. Just take a stencil. This guy's curved, so it's perfect. This is the one I had painted orange, so you'll see here that hopefully it covers it up. And then we're going to do his mouth. Just like that. I got a little heavy at the bottom of that. And this one, we're going to cover it up. Get a little bit more paint here. I don't think I rubbed it off again. You really need to make sure that your brush does not have tons of paint on it. Ta-da! Perfecto. Okay. So on this guy, since we still have it here, we're going to make his eyes black. So let's do and if you want, so that you don't get it heavy and bleed underneath, you can start by pouncing it first. And then we're going to do his mouth. And just like that. Yay! And what you could do if you wanted to, you guys, you can use a little bit of the stitching here. And let's just go like this. And then we can, careful not to go up. So I'm going to try to just go to that line there. And you could put a little bit of stitching there if you want. I didn't put it on here just because it makes it a little harder, but we could even try to do his face. You think this face will work? Let's see if we can just do. Problem is making sure we measure it. I'm too scared. Maybe we could do a little bit here and see if this works. Ta-da! Cute! I want to do this. Okay, let me see if I don't mess this up. I'm scared. Just because I can't see where his nose is. All right, let's see if this works. Maybe I should have my wipey ready just in case. You guys are my guinea pigs. Adorable. Oh, super cute. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get the liner brush, and I'm using a 10-aught liner, script liner brush, and I'm going to add little eyelashes and eyebrows. And then I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I kind of bled a little bit. And just clean that up. And if you wanted to close that stencil bridge, you could. Just like that. And then this guy, I want to, since I didn't really end it here. Wow, that worked out nicely. Nice, nice. Okay, and then we're just going to put eyebrows on this guy. And then I'm just going to line the bottom of his nose, which I like to do. We're going to put eyebrows on this guy. And eyebrows on this guy. And, oh, I didn't close this stencil bridge. There we go. Okay. That was easy peasy. Okay. I'm just trying to see what else I need to do here. Oh, we need silver for his bolts. Where is my silver? I have like 2 drawers of paints now, you guys, and it's driving me batty because now I can't find things. And it makes it kind of frustrating. I'm not good at putting it in order. Excuse me for that cough. So I am using Deco Art Shimmering Silver. It dries really fast, which is what I love about this paint. The metallics dry really fast. So I'm just going to add silver onto his little bolts here because they should be silver. And I don't know if you guys noticed on the 1-inch wood, I didn't make the bolts. I didn't cut them out. So yours will be straight across. And if you're cut them out yourself, I wouldn't do it. I would just put real screws in there. Okay, let's wait for that to dry. All right, this guy's done. Oh, let's get a smaller white. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments here. And I love your stencils. Do the itty bitty parts like those eyes. You are officially, oh, thank you, Jen. Since do the itty bitty parts like those eyes. Yeah, they're really small and fun. I like to do them freehand, but yeah, sometimes I know it's just easier to have them already done. And then I did notice I bled on this one a little bit, or kind of seeped through, and I'm just going to get plaster. The chalk paint covers really well, and I'm just going to clean that up because it's going to bother me. There's some paints that will cover really well, so just keep that in mind when you're stenciling. I'm not perfect at stenciling. I still have issues with them sometimes. But you see how the first one I seeped a little bit. I was kind of heavy, and then the second one I did just fine. Okay. So, where are we? Oh, I put too much water on here and I made a mess of this bolt. So let's do this again. Let's let that dry and then we'll do it again. Okay. Oh, white. So we're going to get a smaller brush to put little highlights in the noses. yeah, so if you didn't watch my live, you can go watch my live, but I did post all of the kits available. I am going to start right after this cutting everything out, so keep that in mind if you want to place an order. Just easier for me to cut them all out, and then you can get them in a decent time. Okay, so I'm just using a dry brush and paint, and I'm putting a highlight on these noses. Just like that. And then on this guy as well. He looks mad, huh? This guy looks happy. Okay. Adorable. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, let me just grab a little bit more white and put it on here. Yeah. All right. That's done. Oh, this guy. I forgot about this guy. This guy needs eyeballs. I'm afraid to put this in the water because I don't want to. Okay. So this one I am going to freehand with white. I'm just going to grab some acrylic, some white paint. All right. I need to put some fresh paint out here. And I'm going to get a glob at the end of my brush, and I'm just going to plop it down, get another glob and plop it down. Then I'm going to get orange. I'm getting jack-o'-lantern, and I'm just going to put a little nose here. I like my bats to have noses. And then with white, I'm going to just put a little smile and put some fangs. And eyebrows. Okay, we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to add a little bit more what was I going to say? Orange jack-o'-lantern, just to get this. I could have actually gotten a stylus and then just made them a little bubblier, and then just let the nose dry, but I brushed it on. Let's darken this a little bit more. Little fangs. All right, I think he's good. Oh, let's get our liner here. And just, he's so little. Let's just do some highlight on here. That should be good. We should be good. Okay. Now, let's get our shader again. It's number 6 flat brush, and we're going to highlight the bottom of his black eyes here. So I'm just going to dip the tip of my brush and blend, and then we're just going to do a comma stroke, just like that, and put some highlights on there. Then I'm going to get the stylus, handy dandy stylus. For my finished product, Magdalena, probably not until August, I think, if that's what you're asking. But the kit sale I already had on Monday. I like to do a kit sale, and then I like to do a finished product sale. So that's kind of how you'll see my rotation go. So I'm going to dip it into the fresh paint and then dot, dot. Dip it into the paint, dot, dot, and put some highlights on there. Okay, and then on the other side of the stylus, I got this from Dollar Tree, by the way. I'm going to dip and dot it on my palette because I want a smaller little highlight on these guys. So dip, dot, 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 and then let's put little dots. Dip, dot on my palette, dot, dot. And that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. I noticed this one does not have highlights. Let's do that. Oh, and these don't either. What happened, Yvonne? You're a slacker. Dip, dot, dot, dot. Okay. Okay, now with, I think I can get rid of this brush. I'm good with the white now that, put that in the water. Okay. Now with black paint, I'm going to write eek on here instead of boo. I did boo on all of them. After I did them, I said, I should have done one in eek. I like eek. Let me turn on my glue gun because I will need to glue this little banner. Okay. Actually, what I saw, I didn't line any of these, but I am going to line this guy and this guy. So let's do that first before we. And you could do this with a pen if you'd like, if you're not comfortable with using a liner brush. I know it's hard. It's even hard for me. Been doing it for years and it's still, once I get in a roll, I realize, okay, like I'm just going, right? But it's just that starting point. Even for me, it's a little scary. All right, and now we're gonna put his hand. Get some more water. All right, and then we're gonna line this guy. More water. I might come on Tuesday, depending on how busy I am, right after I get off work. It'll be 5 o'clock Pacific, so 7 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Eastern for those of you back east. But I'll let you know on that day if I'm going to do that or not. Oh, let's give this another coat. And then let's pick up some black paint on the edge of our brush and shade his little bolts here. Let's put color on the outside. And then split them up here. Okay, now we can continue lining. Sorry about that. I just see other stuff in its swirl. All right, and then He's cute. Oh, let's put a line underneath his nose. Okay. I think we're done here. All right, let's put this guy all back together. Oh, we didn't do eek. My goodness, you guys. What happened? Let me get a thicker liner. This is a 2/0 liner because I want my letters to be a little thicker. I'm going to do this freehand. Wish me luck. All right, and then the trick of this is to make them all the same size, which never seems to work. And then I need a K. Eek. I like it. Okay. Now let's glue all of our pieces together. And for the sake of making this go a little faster, I'm going to use stick fast glue. And I'm going to put his little feet on here. And his hair on this guy. Try not to use too much, it will seep through. And this is already scored on there, so you can kind of see where the hair goes. This dries really fast, so just be careful to make sure you have it where you want it. And then I bought this Dollar Tree jar yesterday. I love that they still have these. And then I'm going to rough up the top of this really quick. All right, where is my, here it is. Let's just wipe that down just to see if it adheres a little bit better. Okay, so then we're going to place this right on top. Oh, nope, we got to put this on first. Big mistake. And then we're just going to get this stick fast and then kind of position this hiding the round. I think that's good. I could have gone up a little bit more, but I think it's pretty much set. How cute is this? A cute little jar, you guys. And you could still put the little scary tag on it. Let me grab a scary tag really quick. And let me show you how I clean these up. Oh, this is not the scary one. Oh, it's in the kitchen. Hold on a second. Here it is. Oh, sorry about that. I'm trying to find a tag here. Okay. All right. This scary tag is, and you know what? I probably should, oh no, I think it'll fit fine. I think it'll go around it. Hopefully. We'll see if we can get it to go around. So you're going to get it like this and see how it's got the burnt marks on there. So all I do is grab this sandpaper again, and I just sand the crud out of it to try to take all the burnt edges off. See? And it comes off just fine. Ta-da! And just like that, it came off, you guys. Sandpaper is your friend. Okay, let's see if we can wrap this guy up with some jute. I'm using pretty thin jute. With no scissors here. Here they are. Hello, Peggy. And then, oh yeah, we probably should have done this beforehand. So I'm going to make a knot first. Oh yeah, it'll hold, I think. I think it's going to hold. And then this would be cute little treats, you guys. So I just wanted to show you what else you could do with it besides the stuff that I did with it was put it on window panels, on pieces of wood. So it's just something fun. Once you have these pieces, you can put them on baskets. You could put them on treat bags. There we go. How cute is that? I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's backwards. How cute is that? Let me see if you can see it okay. Let's put this away. Oh no, we need it a little bit. So it's super cute, you guys. So this is something else you could do with the pieces if you didn't want to make a piece of wood out of it. It makes it look adorable. Okay, let's finish up this guy. So I'm going to get some jute and I'm going to make a knot just like that. Oh, I need some more jute for because this guy's going to go here. And that guy's going to go there. I'm going to put eek on here. Let's make a knot here. See if we can make this happen here. Okay, I think that's good. All right, and then we're just going to get some wood glue. Not wood glue, hot glue. I don't know if it's hot enough since I just turned it on. Thank you, Judy. I'll post the jar up there too. Like I said, Dollar Tree still has them, so I think they're $1.25 still. I don't know if it went up to $1.50 yet, but. And you could also put these guys on that basket that I did the witch for. Why is this not coming out? I don't think it's hot enough yet. Okay, let's wait on that. Let's try to make this bat here. Oh, I didn't do his hands. He needs his hands. Shoot. He needs his hands. Oh. There we go. I got some glue on there. Gosh darn it, it was on my finger. I'm going to try to take that off. Okay, now he's even cuter. Okay, so let's just leave this guy here so he's in full view of you guys. Let's start making the sign. Okay, good. I'm at 1.5 hours. That's good. I'm going to make a knot on this jute really quick. Sorry, squirrel. And then a knot on this side. Okay. Let's cut that down a little bit, and then we're going to wait for the glue to get hot. But meanwhile, this guy's going to go here. This is going to go, oh no, yeah. Let's go like this. And then we're going to do Creep It Real. Something like this. And again, You can make whatever pieces of wood you have. Go to Home Depot, see if they have scraps. And I'm going to use this blender brush. And you see I've already used it for black. Let me get my piece of paper here just so you can see what I do. I'm going to grab some painter's tape. Muchas gracias, Scarletta. Sí, veo que siempre pones comentos. Would you add a couple of candy jar Frankies to my list and the words? Oh, sure. Did you not get any of those, Judy? Okay. Let's go up a little bit. And then let's just get another. I'm just using, I tend to use painter's tape like crazy, you guys. I know this sounds cheap, but I'm just like, they're still really good. So let's make sure. And this is just so I don't get the back part of it. Oh, I'm covering up the, but this will hold it here. Okay. I'm going to grab some black paint and this brush, and it's all dry. I'm not using any water, no water at all. I dab it on my palette, but take most of it off here. And you're just going to rub it on here. And this is the easiest way I've found to stencil letters. Oh, that's in the way. You know what I should have done, you guys, because I'm going to mess up here. I don't want to get it on my piece of wood. Let's do that. And here, I think the other ones are fine. Okay, I'm getting more paint, rubbing most of it off. And you just rub it around. Again, it's all dry brush, no water, and hardly, I mean, you just want to use this, not that much paint. And if you first get the paint and you want to just, you can kind of do this first because you don't want it to seep through the bottom, especially on a stained piece, because it's hard to cover up. If you were painting it, if you're doing it on a painted piece, then it would be fine. Oh, this one needs a little bit more paint here. Let me grab a little bit more paint. Okay, that should be good. Being cheap with my painter's tape. All right, ta-da! Look at that. I didn't use the bats because it was too big, and so I didn't use the same exact size. So this will go here, and this one will go here. And you have yourself another Halloween piece, which is so much fun. Oh, you know what? I should have gone over a little bit more. Darn it. Okay. Let's do something like that. Okay. Let's grab some wood glue really quick, and I'm going to grab some pieces which I will put in your kits. They're just the negative parts of things that I just like to use to pop these guys up. So I will put a piece here, a piece here. And again, kind of going with scrapbooking vibe is what I kind of got from this, is popping them up. And then let's put this here. And then around there. Let's go this way. That way. Let's move them this way. It's easier to finagle with the wood glue, so, which is why I wanted to do wood glue, because if you did stick fast, it'll do it really fast and you might not be able to do that. I'll look, Judy, when I get off of here to see if you put any of those on there. Okay. All right, so that was using the Croup It Reel, and then let's go ahead and finish up. Hopefully my glue gun's hot enough now. The long one is Eek, right? And the short one is this one. Okay. Let's see if this comes out now. Sometimes it gets stuck, I notice. I think it's just stuck from me leaving it on and forgetting all about it. I don't know why it does that. It's having issues here. Come on, glue gun. I don't know why it's not liking it. Let me see. I'll try to get some more of this. Sorry, it's like having an issue here. I leave it on sometimes for days. I forget about it, and then I look over. I'm like, oh my gosh, the light's on. Yeah, something is happening here. Oh, I know why. There's this gob of glue on my stick in the back. Probably from me leaving it on. Let's try to take this off. The struggle is real, you guys. That's why it doesn't go, because of this piece here. Almost got it. It's done that once before. There we go. Okay, let's see if now it works. If it doesn't, I'm in real trouble. Ta-da! It worked, it worked. And you could tell how my glue is so yellow because it had been sitting there. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is horrible. I'm still going. I'm still, oh gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna have to stop now. Okay. So let's put on this. First, let's put some this is great to do it on the silicone mat because it'll just come off. Oh, you know what? This was the bat one. Gosh darn it. I just made the mess out of this. All right, let's do this again. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was this one. Gosh darn it. All right, sorry. Oh, he does, of course. My husband doesn't catch it, though. I don't know why. Let me see. What did Lori, please add the candy jar Frankie and tag words if I didn't have them on the list. Okay. I hope I remember that, you guys. Judy, let me write it down because I will forget. A lot of times my daughter will catch it. She's really good about catching stuff like that, but thank goodness my husband doesn't catch it. He'd be mad. Say I'm gonna put the house on fire or something. Okay, guys, oh, they're about the same size. Maybe that was my problem. All right, let's try to clean up this mess. Oh gosh. All right. Oh, he's so cute. Okay. Let's put a little bit of wood glue in the back of this. Let's try to put it right smack in the middle. I think that was my mistake on the other one. I didn't do it and it was not even. Okay. So then we're just going to add a dab of glue here. Try to keep it small. No, too big. All right. That goes there. That goes there. Let's try to take some of that off. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the other ghost. I might just put them on a basket, or I'll show you guys how I put that basket together. Maybe I'll put it when I do that. I'll come on a few more times. I want to show you the vintage cat and ghost with that stencil. I need to add more glue on this guy here. I have glue strings all over. Escarlata, ¿de dónde eres? ¿Vives aquí en los Estados Unidos? I'm asking her if she lives in the United States. She's like my only Spanish-speaking customer I have, who's always commenting on my stuff. It's super cute. All right, guys, we're done. I don't know what I'll do with this guy, but he'll be put somewhere. But like I said, I just wanted to show you guys what you could do with the different items. It doesn't have to be exactly how I showed you. What happened here? Oh, that's weird. How did that happen? Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. It was like glue or something. Oh, let me see if I can grab this glue. It's not going to be able to take it off because it's stick fast. I'm going to have to try to sand that off. Okay. You could always ink this a little bit if you wanted to. I did that on the other ones, but really up to you guys. But yeah, so here are the new pieces that I made using the pieces from my kit sale. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I'll try to come on here a couple more times to show you the different items, how I put them together. Just a lot of fun stuff to do for Halloween. I know everybody's doing Christmas in July, but I am in Halloween. So there's that. I love how I use the stitching from this guy on his face and his, for his stitching. It works out perfectly. I could try to put it on the stencil, but that worked. Thank you, Lori. All right. Oh, I was going to write that down. Judy and Lori. Lori, did you want, how many did you say you wanted? Sorry. Just one candy jar lid, or let me know. Let me know. Judy said a couple. Judy, 2 lids, and Lori. Thank you, Terry. I had to think of who Gourds and Gifts were. Hey, Georgie. You came a little late, but hopefully you can watch the replay and how I put everything together. Super, super cute. Have a good rest of your week. For my group, just one, Lori. Okay. For my group, I will see you tomorrow with a Christmas project. And I will see you guys maybe Tuesday, but for sure next Saturday. Yeah, so have a good rest of your week end. And maybe I'll come on again, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how busy I am. Like I said, I'm going to start cutting all of my kit orders. So Georgie wants 2 cookie jar lids. All right. Two lids. Okay. I know, aren't they cute? They make a cute little gift for those of you who work in the office. You can give them out as gifts. Look at that. You could even do the snowman, the ghost one, but Frankie's super, super cute. Just fill it with candy, and how cute are those, you guys? So anyway, I hope I've inspired you to do something. The ghosts and stencils and ghosts. Okay. Wait, who was that? Arlene? Okay. Arlene wants 2 ghosts plus the stencils. It's a 2-pack, so 2 ghosts plus 2 stencils. Okay, it's 1, but I have to just remember that's the 2 ghosts. So I got you. Okay. Yes, Laura, you could still place orders. You could DM me. That's probably the easiest, just with all of the numbers, and that'll work out perfectly. Take your time, go to the, well, not take your time because I am starting to cut today. So if you want it soon, you want to let me know either today, but probably by tonight. Like I said, I'm going to start right after we get off of here. You could DM me, you could go through my live, or you could also go to my post that posts all of the pictures and the stencils and what I used for each one. So that'll help you. But like I said, see how I used this different stencil for this one and I did this. I don't know. It's just different stuff. If you wanted to, you could even put wire and then curl wire and have it hang. That would be super cute as well. So just different things you can do with them, you guys. Have fun with it. Yeah, so we'll see you guys. Georgie, I think I got your order, Georgie. Oh gosh. I'm almost positive I did, but I will let you know if I didn't. Because you're the one that's always kind of hidden, right? Is it you or Arlene? I don't know why you guys are always coming up hiding. So, all right, we are done. We are good to go. You guys have a good, oh, you know what I didn't do, you guys? I didn't spatter these guys. Totally forgot. Well, I guess they're not going to be spattered. This one I still might spatter, but see how this one's spattered with the brush? I'll show you guys on the next turn, the next time around, if time permits. Anyway, all right, I'm off for sure. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.